Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah, I had a dream just a minute ago. What's today's date? Like the 10th of November, something I can't remember. But I had a dream about Shay and also her daughter. Like I guess I was in Shay's house, so I was just sitting there or whatever. But then I noticed that her daughter was standing up on this chair by this glass table, and she was standing up, so she was I guess you could say she was facing the wall. So Shay's daughter was facing the wall, and but her daughter's legs were feet was on the edge of the chair. So she was too close to the edge, and she fell backwards and hit her head on the table. And so hit the back of her head on the table. So I rushed over there to Shay's daughter and asked her was she all right. And her daughter is only like 2 years old. I'm not sure. I'm sure she could say little words or whatever, but she clearly said no. She said no. She was crying. You know what I'm saying? She was holding the back of her head, and she's like no. And I, just was being nurturing to her, and like, hey, I told her, I said, hey, you can't be playing on the ledge of this, on the ledge of this chair. You'll hurt yourself. You'll fall off. So you can't do that. And she was like listening. You know what I mean? But and I was just kind of like, I didn't want to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be overstepping my boundaries with, with Shay. This is her child. You know what I'm saying? But I was the only one in the room at the time, so you know what I mean. I was the only one that was close enough to help her at the time, so I rushed over there and just carried out there and stuff. And then the second part, I was same dream, but second part, I was in a restaurant and I was sitting with. It felt like it was Shay, but I couldn't fully see it. I couldn't fully see her. Uh, but I felt like it was her. I really know it was her because, like I said, I was just dealing with her daughter and then the stuff we were talking about. So we were in this restaurant sitting at a table, and so I looked over to my right, and I'm sitting on this couch with this young, this girl that was on her phone. I guess other people were partying and stuff. You know what I mean? Other people were partying and doing all kind of stuff and whatever. But this girl, she was a younger black girl. She was calling and making sure, what I'm saying, she stayed in touch with whoever her boyfriend, whoever she was, in love with or whatever. She was staying on the phone with him, and just making sure she wasn't involving herself in that outside world. You know what I'm saying, where everybody else partying and doing all this stuff. You know what I'm saying. She was just like trying to be true to her girl. I mean, to her dude or whatever. And I was like, I can relate. I leaned over. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So Shay was sitting on one side of the table. I was sitting on the other side of this little circle table. You know what I'm saying? With a white tablecloth on it. Uh, and I told Shay, yeah, I remember those days. You know what I mean? I was like, I was that girl. You know what I'm saying? I was that girl with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to live right and stay in contact with you. It seemed like maybe it was for that girl, maybe it was a long distance relationship. Maybe it was something I don't know, but she was trying to make sure she stayed on the phone and stayed out of trouble. And you know what I'm saying? I told her, I said, and I felt with conviction in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I tried my best. You know what I mean? I tried my best to be that for you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was like, shit, I tried. I did do that, but you know what I'm saying? At times I did mess up because she wasn't giving Shay wasn't giving me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, really. You know what I mean? Not when what she's capable of. She was giving me nothing basically. So, um, you know what I mean? But I was like, I felt in my heart that was me. You know what I'm saying? Like I held up my life for this lady. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that she would come through and be the lady that that has been prophesied she would be for me. you know what I'm saying, or the visions that I've seen for her, in my life. So I will be praying for her and her daughter, you know what I mean, and in Jesus' name, you know what I'm saying. So interesting dream, and love y'all. Peace.